Obviously, this one stings, but as I told the team, I couldn't ask for any more in terms of what they've given us and how they played today, other than we didn't make shots. And, I mean, we battled like crazy. You're in a one-possession game or a tie game with, under a minute to go. And that's sometimes how it happens. We didn't make shots when we needed to. Credit goes to Michigan for making one more or two more. But like I said, this group has battled like crazy all year. Today was no different, and we put ourselves in a good position. As hard as today is, that we're going to play next week. So.
Okay, we'll take questions for the student athletes. And please designate which John that you're addressing.
Yeah, Rohan Chakravarti, SB Nation. For all three of you guys, 4 games in 4 days. I mean, Max and John Blackwell, you guys have been through that before, but do you feel like fatigue potentially played a factor today? And if so, kind of how tough is it to do what you guys did today, play 4 games in 4 days and have a game like this where it's as physical as it was?
John Blackwell, we'll begin with you.
I think we're well conditioned. I don't think the fatigue was an issue. I think we played our hearts out. I think we gave it everything we got. Just came up short. Yeah.
Max?
I thought we played. I don't think our conditioning had anything to do with it. Just not enough shots went in.
John Tanji?
I'm not looking for any excuses. I think just, kind of like what they said. Shots just didn't fall today.
Questions, please, for the student athletes right over here.
Mark Stewart, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. John Tanji, in terms when the shots aren't falling, it looked like you and your teammates sort of adjusted and went to more, attacking the basket, especially in the second half. Just can you talk about that, and how successful do you think that was in terms of keeping the offense somewhat productive?
We just tried to be aggressive, switch it up a little bit when shots weren't falling, but it just wasn't enough to keep us afloat.
Questions, please, right over here, Steve.
Steve Strimming, XL Sports. Both Johns and Max. The first half of that game, it felt like you guys and Michigan were like filling out each other, seeing where your guys' weakness were, and talk a little bit about both your defense on Michigan's defense on you guys, one by one.
Max?
I thought we did a really good job defensively. I thought our 4s and 5s battled really hard all game, trying to make Wolf and Golden's life as hard as they possibly could.
John Blackwell?
Like Les said, I think we did a great job in the first half, the whole game defensively. Just a few mishaps late in the game, and we haven't played them since December, I don't think. So, I mean, we're kind of a new team since then, and they're kind of a new team since then. So, we're just adjusting and letting the game flow.
Right here.
For Max and John Blackwell, you guys kind of went through a similar path last year, a really strong Big Ten tournament, a close game in the championship. How do you guys, what's kind of this next week going to look like to kind of make sure you guys go into the NCAA tournament now strong and kind of avoid how the last year ended?
John Blackwell?
I think, first of all, just taking care of our bodies, getting back to Madison, just taking care of our bodies, eating the right stuff, and making sure we're ready to go whatever day we play. It's either Thursday or Friday.
Was that for John Tanji too? I'm sorry? Okay. Questions, please? All right, seeing none, we will dismiss the student athletes. Thanks, fellas. Good luck in the NCAA.
Thank you.
And we will continue with Coach Gard. Steve.
Greg, right here at Steve Strimming, XL Sports. Tough, nose-to-nose, foot-to-foot defensive battle. Talk a little bit about where you thought things went well and where you thought things were a little bit more difficult.
I thought we had pretty good looks, really, the whole game. And knowing that, both of us are really good defensive teams. We know, even though we've only played once, I think we know each other pretty well. and it came down to, I'll go through the tape, but I don't think I could have asked for better looks than the ones we got, even late on an out-of-bounds play. Blackwell got to the rim. It was just one of those where we needed to draw a few more fouls, or knock down some more shots from the perimeter when we had a chance. We had some wide open looks, one in the corner. Blackwell had one wide open off the slot, up one. If you're going to win a championship, you got to make a play, and part of making a play is knocking down a shot in a tight ball game.
Right here.
Coach, you mentioned it a bit. You guys, in the last few games, you guys have been able to get to the free throw line pretty good and been able to hit a lot of free throws. What do you think was the difference today with you guys attacking the rim that maybe didn't result in as many, trips to the free throw line?
I mean, I'll grade out the tape. I not only grade our play, but I grade, how were there. Did we not draw contact? Did we not play through contact? Did they let us just play? That's one thing that you always trying to get a feel for how it's getting called. It was extremely physical. I mean, bodies. It's a physical game, and both teams were not backing off on either end, specifically in the paint. So, the fact that we got the ball in the paint, shot chart looked pretty good for the most part. You got to finish some things at the rim, and we got to do a better job, I guess, of drawing contact if we didn't get fouled when we went in there.
Questions, please? Right here. And we're going to take a couple more because we want to be done by the time the selection show starts for Coach.
Yeah. Coach, kind of, I don't want to look too forward, but potentially you guys have the chance to play in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. Coming off of this week with the momentum you guys had, how big would that be? And how?
Yeah, it's huge. We've played well in Milwaukee. I think we've been there 3 times. We played well. We've not played well there. I mean, it's great for our fans, obviously, if we can be that close. Great for our students. Great for our alums. Obviously, the players that we have that are from the local area, it's easier for their families. But we're going to play a good team. Here in a few minutes, all the bad teams are on spring break. There are only good ones left, really good ones. So wherever we get set, if it is Milwaukee, we'll use the week to prepare for whoever they pair us with.
Got time for a couple more. Right here.
Mark Stewart, Milwaukee Journal, setting all up. Greg, I guess I'm wondering, given how the offense struggled, but it was still a 1 or 2 possession game. I guess I'm wondering, do you leave here in a somewhat a weird way, maybe bolstered in terms of the confidence you have in this group to?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have never lost confidence in this group, even when we lost a week ago. Maybe the outside world felt the sky was falling, but this group is really good, and this group is battle tested, and we didn't get shots to go down. That's what happens this time of year. You got to be able to make plays and score. As much as our offense struggled, so did theirs. It wasn't like either team was. It was 2 teams just not giving an inch, and just got to make a shot or 2 more.
Last question for Coach. All right.
No more?
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.